are a manager of a company and you have been dreading having that performance review meeting with your worst employee, or you have been waiting to give it back sharply to this person who has shown your team and you a lot of attitude. Problem employees can be a real bottleneck for the team's performance. Also, they can hinder productivity and spread negativity. Here, we consider a problem employee to be somebody who has got negative attitude, is not open to feedback, does a bad quality job, misses deadlines, or picks a fight with coworkers. If shown proper guidance, any employee can turn the table in your teams in your favor. Let me show you step by step on how you can conduct a performance review meeting for a problem employee when you are their reporting manager. Step 1 is to prepare thoroughly. Now, if you want a problem employee to really change, then you have to have concrete data. You cannot just walk into the meeting, beat around the bush and expect the problem employee to show you improvement. Gather all relevant information like performance metrics, feedback from colleagues, or examples of this person's behavior which was not appreciated. Write these facts down on your report. Also try to guess what reasons this employee may come up with, and your replies to that should be ready as well. Gather details for the last 6 months or 1 year or whatever the appraisal period is. Collect emails on any client or stakeholder complaints. Also gather their login and logout details, keep that handy. While you are collecting all the data that displays their poor performance, try to find something that they have done well in. This will help you motivate them to do their best. Managers often can ignore good work that is done by their employees. If you are serious about your career and need some help to write your resume with respect to the profile summary, skills, work experience, etc., then I share all of this in the Breakthrough Resume course, which is linked in the description box below for you to grab it. This is a recorded training that you can take at your preferred time and pace. Step 2. Set a positive tone. Avoid any kind of judgment which makes you think that this person is bad. Start the meeting by discussing the employee's contributions and strength. This will make the employee feel nice and be open to feedback. The problem employee here is expecting you to bash them and would have come with their invisible guns and swords. The secret to winning this war is to conduct a performance review meeting with a problem employee in such a way that is totally unexpected for them. Here is a sample. I appreciate the hard work you have put into the recent projects. I do see that you have great adaptability skills. You managed the last minute change very well in your previous task. Otherwise, there could have been chaos in the team. When appreciating your employees, always be specific and avoid generic statements like, "You have a lot of potential." Before moving on to the negative part of the feedback, check with them as to what they think is missing. What challenges with your task did you face in the last 6 months? Or how can I support you to help you complete your task successfully? Asking these questions will make the problem employee come to your side because you are offering them help. You also acknowledge that there would be challenges which are beyond the employee's control. This would let the employee open up to you and pour their heart. Later down the conversation, any which ways these challenges would have come up, but now that you have been proactive, you will have more control. Step 3. Address the issues directly. Be clear and specific about the problem. Use examples and data to talk about them. Avoid being vague or general when conducting an appraisal review meeting with a problem employee. Here is an example. I would like to discuss some areas where we can improve and grow together. Over the past quarter, I have noticed that you have missed 3 project deadlines. The Q1 financial report on March 15th, the product launch presentation on April 10th, and the marketing strategy update on May 5th. Missing deadlines puts additional pressure on your colleagues who have to pick up the slack, and it also affects our overall project timelines, which can lead to client dissatisfaction. Always mention the impact that the employee's negligence has caused. Also, coming straight to the point will ensure that you don't mince your words and your message is very clear. Saying how we can improve together emphasizes that you are not putting all the blame on the employee. You will walk with them in the path down to improvisation. Focus on behaviors and not the personalities. Critique the behavior and never the person. This helps in maintaining a professional tone and avoids making the employee feel being attacked. Here is an example. Your recent reports have contained several errors that could have been avoided with a more thorough review. This is impacting our team's efficiency. Step 4 would be to understand them. Now, there can be deep-rooted issues as to why they are behaving a certain way. It would be good to enter the performance review meeting without any preconceived notion. Keep a clear and calm mind. Keep a neutral attitude when conducting a performance review meeting with a problem employee. You may land up learning something new about them or about human behavior. Give the employee a chance to explain their situation. There could be underlying issues or misunderstandings that needs to be cleared. When you actively listen to them, it shows that you value them. Ask positive questions to make them open up. There is a possibility that we as managers can sometimes behave in a certain way that makes the work culture toxic, and we may not even realize that. Here is an example. Can you share your perspective on these missed deadlines? Are there any challenges you have been facing that we should be aware of? What could have been done better? These are passive and much friendlier questions than asking a direct blame question. For example, why did you miss the deadline? Why has the client sent several escalation mails against you? What would have happened if I did not step up and completed the procedure? Step 5 would be to create an action plan. Now that you have discussed all the problems and the reasons behind it, it is time for you and the employee to set clear goals and expectations between each other. Make sure that they have understood the importance of the projects and its deadlines. Offer any support whenever you're conducting a performance review meeting with a problem employee. The number one mistake that I see managers make is all talk and no action. When it comes to offer support to the employee, managers are either not available or busy. Here is an example of what you can say when setting up the next steps. Let's set a goal to improve deadline adherence. We'll start by creating a more detailed project schedule and checking in weekly to track progress. Set clear milestones to track progress. Now, when you do that, it becomes measurable, and anything that you can measure can be improved. Here is a sample of how you can set up clear expectations. By our next meeting, I would like to see you complete all assigned tasks on time and reduce the error rate in your reports by 50%. Many companies give warning letters to their employees if the performance has been poor consistently. Some call it PIP or Performance Improvement Plan, and others call it PDAP, which is Performance Development Action Plan. In these cases, it is likely that the employee will not be eligible for a promotion or incentives for the next 6 months. Be gentle and sensitive when you're breaking this news to them, but be direct. Involve the HR during this conversation and also keep this documented. The next step is to follow up regularly. Schedule follow-up meetings to provide ongoing support and track progress. Regular check-ins show that you are committed to the employee's success. This is what you can say to the employee. We'll have a follow-up meeting in 2 weeks to see how things are progressing. In the meantime, feel free to reach out if you need any help or resources. Having follow-up scheduled proactively will not only help the employee be accountable to you, but also help you track their progress consistently. Follow-ups also make the improvement efforts consistent. Discuss what is going well and what are the areas that still need improvement. Here is how you can say it. In our last meeting, we set a goal for you to meet all deadlines for this month. I have noticed that you have improved, but there are still some delays on the marketing campaign report. Let's discuss how we can eliminate these remaining issues. Identify any additional resources that this employee may need to achieve success. It could be additional training, mentoring, or shift of workload. Here is an example. Would additional training on your project management software help you manage your tasks more efficiently? We can arrange a session for you. The follow-up conversations and the data on improvement should be tracked week by week for the next performance review meeting. By addressing issues directly and following up regularly, you can turn problem employees into asset employees. The goal is to develop them and increase their contribution to the organization. If you are serious about your career and are ready to kickstart your job search process, then grab the Breakthrough Resume course, which is linked in the description box below. Again, it's a recorded training that you can take at your preferred time and pace. So far, we have discussed how to conduct performance appraisal meeting with a problem employee in 6 steps. Now, I understand going through your career can be frustrating, which is why I want you to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell because I have some awesome videos lined up for you. Thank you for watching this training and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.